Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of the SMU Death Penalty Dynasty in NCAA Football 2006. This is James coming back at you with more commentary. It is Game 3 here in Dallas, Texas. The number one SMU Mustangs on a rainy day here in Dallas are hosting their rival TCU. Two teams that are in the Dallas area do not like each other very much. So TCU has fallen on hard times. They're not quite the team they were at the beginning of this dynasty. It's tough to say, but it is what it is. LaDainian Tomlinson is not walking through that door right now. It's tough for TCU, and that's okay. That's good for us. That's all right. We are heavily favored in this game. We're off to a 2-0 start. We've had some things to work on, but we've got what feels like a nucleus of wide receivers. The defense had a much better game last week than they did the week before. Only gave up 13 points last week after giving up 28 and about 430 yards to UTEP. So we saw a step in the right direction there. We have an interesting day where it is rainy. It doesn't rain very often in these games when we're in Dallas. So we'll see how we do here. We'll see if turnovers are a factor, at least against us. TCU has some work to do offensively. We'll see what they can do offensively. But really, this is a game to kind of just see where we're at and what we need to work on moving forward. But we got to play the games. You just never know. It's a rivalry, so anything's possible. Just like that, Golden breaks two tackles on the I formation and picks up a first down. So TCU's going to go back to work here. They're going to throw to the right, and that one is going to fall incomplete. Cody Berry, the fullback, does get a little bit dinged up here. I believe his day is unfortunately done, so they're going to have a backup fullback. But, hey, what are you going to do? Under center, Thomas throws the ball short. Cody gets away from a defender. Doesn't pick up much, though. I think he got about 0 there. 3rd and 10, shotgun, Thomas, incomplete. Not a good-looking drive there for TCU. They picked up the one first down. After that, it was tough. Our first play, Jakari Brown is loose. 30, 20, 10-5, touchdown SMU Mustangs. He's been bottled up pretty much the entirety of the first two games. That feels good. One carry, one big one. I think that's his longest of his career here at SMU. 72 yards, finds the hole, jukes into space, and it was just nobody else left. Beautiful run by Jakari Brown. Big-time run for him. He was a preseason Heisman candidate. Has not quite come to fruition here early on. We'll see if he can have a big game today. You never know. So it's 6-0. We missed the extra point. TCU goes back to work. Thomas fires over the middle, and that one overthrows everybody and falls innocently to the turf. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Under center, Thomas looks, surveys, fires to the right. He's able to find Benjamin and pick up a first down. So nice there. Play by TCU in the heavy set. They're going to go to the halfback. Nope, they're going to go ahead and go play action and go back to Bowen. Bowen picks up about 3. Thomas under center throws it backwards, able to connect with Muse. Unfortunately, there is laundry on the field. This one is going to be in the vicinity of holding. That's going to go ahead and bring this one back. So TCU had a nice completion on the first play. That one wasn't great, and this one puts them all the way back here. So it's 2nd and 17. Thomas fires over the middle, intercepted. The strong safety, Evan Favors, was just sitting on it. He had a feeling that ball was going to go. He put a little bit of cover 3 there out of the nickel. We're able to jump in front of that pass. So we get an interception there, and got to love a user. Always a good day for a user. So they try to fire over the middle, and Favors didn't have to do much. He just sat there and just picked it off. Beautiful play. We're going to start at the TCU 31. We're going to fire left, and that one's going to fall incomplete. Tried to force that ball in there to Trey Caraway, not able to connect. We're going to go under center, and we're going to hand this ball to Jakari Brown. Had a hole up the middle, decides to break it outside. Worked out pretty well. Picked up about 9 yards there, 3rd and 1. We're going to go right back to the option. We'll go back to the run game. Brown got enough. I believe he got enough to pick that up there. He got a yard. He needed a yard. 1st and 10. Clark fires to the right. DB falls down. Drayton Anderson, 10-5, dives, touchdown. If you're keeping track at home, he had 4 touchdowns last week. He's got 1 here early. That's 5 touchdowns in about 5 quarters. So Drayton Anderson off to a real hot start here this season. You can see the DB. Don't know where he's going. Drayton Anderson just bodies him up and dives into the end zone. So it's 13-0 SMU here in the first quarter. Under center here, they're going to hand off to Dombrowski. Tries to pick up some, not able to pick up much there. Picks up about 2 yards there. Then we go right back under center. They're going to hand this ball off to Golden, who finds space, breaks off to the right, across the 40, across the 45, near midfield, and all the way down to the 47-yard line. Nice play there for TCU. You see good blocking, a little bit of a stutter step move there across the 40, and a really nice run there for TCU. So their offense gets out of dodge there. They're going to go back to work. the 48-yard line under center. They're going to go play action. Thomas fires to the left, and he has Benjamin. A couple of guys miss, and they get all the way down to the SMU 35-yard line. Good-looking play. Double tight set under center. Thomas, play action, surveys, looks, and he is hit as he throws, and that is going to fall incomplete. Nice play there by Nigel Barnes to blow that up. This time, Barnes gets the sack, gets all the way around the edge, and he's hurt. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a pec injury. Nigel Barnes, that one looks serious. When they don't get up, they're usually serious, and that one, unfortunately, is serious. You're going to see it come up here in a little bit. He's going to miss... I believe it's 10 weeks, so he's going to miss the majority of conference play, and I believe he will not be back until the Kansas State game. So that's like the second to last game of the season. He's going to miss a lot of it. It's a 98 overall defensive end, and we're not going to have him for a big chunk of the year. I was a little bit surprised he came back this year. There's a distinct possibility that he's back in 2017 because he's not going to have the stats there. Defensive end is a position that we do have a little bit of depth at. We've actually been kind of just slowly building these two-star defensive ends that I got years ago that have been backups for quite some time, but they were big guys, and they have just very slowly continued to develop and have gotten that big-time percentage training, and we'll see if one of them steps up. Speaking of stepping up, Drayton Anderson, how do you do? Is he the number 2? Maybe he's the number 1. He looks fantastic so far. Big-time play across the 10 down to the TCU 5-yard line. There it is. Torn pec for Nigel Barnes. See you at Kansas State. Go in healthy, buddy. We'll keep the light on for you. 13-0. Clark under center. Surveys. He's going to roll right and fire. And he's got, guess who? Drayton Anderson. Another touchdown. That's 6 in the last game and a half. He is on fire right now. So Drayton Anderson, another big game. He kind of jumped in front of Trey Caraway there. We had 2 open receivers. 20-0 here early second quarter. TCU play action. He's going to fire deep, and that one's going to overthrow everybody. 2nd and 10 here under center. Thomas, play action. We missed the sack, and they hit the big play. Doesn't it always work out that way? Whenever we miss the big-time play in the backfield, they hit a big-time play downfield. So, nice catch by Cody. That gets him across midfield, and that's going to be a fresh set of downs for TCU. Under center, Thomas, right hash. Looks, surveys, fires over the middle, and has Sims for another nice chunk there. So, the passing game for TCU is starting to get going here. They're down to our 36. Shotgun fires over the middle, and that one is dropped by Muse. You kind of expect him to come up with that pass as an impact player. Thomas, right hash, shotgun is going to go down. That is a sack, and that is Shakarius Cooper. Welcome back to the show, baby. Number 55 has had a good couple of years. That's our number 1 DT right there. That's our big boy. Beautiful play. Big time sack. 3rd and 17. 2 tight ends. Thomas under center. Rolls right. Fires over the middle and finds Cody again. And that one's going to pick up a first down. Beautiful play by TCU. Looked like they were dead to rights, but they're able to find the nice post route. And Cody's able to come up with the goods. So fresh set of downs, and they're on the red zone. Play action. Thomas, you going down. Hawkins is all over that. That's going absolutely nowhere. Hawkins has waited his turn. The 3-star athlete said, hey, it's my time. Let's go. Shotgun. Thomas fires right. Finds Cody again. He's able to pick up most of that sack yardage back. It's going to be 3rd and 11 at the 21. Thomas shotgun. 3rd and 11. Fires going to the end zone. And that one is incomplete. So they're going to go ahead and settle up here for a 38-yard field goal. Kick is up. Kick is good. So TCU gets on the board. Nice drive. It is 20-3 halfway through the second quarter. Clark under center. Fires to the right. Has Drayton Anderson. Cuts up field and gets near the first down marker. We'll see if they give him the spot. They do not. It's 2nd and 1. Shakari Brown picks up the rest. He's able to get what he can there, and that is a first down at the 32 under center. Clark throws over the middle, and that one is a little bit overthrown. Led Caraway just a little bit too much. 2nd and 10. Handoff to Ja'Carry Cooper. Has a lot of space. Gets the first down, and more than that, gets near midfield and is all the way up to the 47-yard line. Shotgun. Clark surveys, rolls left, fires left, has Brian Holt. Defender falls down, spin move, breaks a tackle, and is down to the 34. Excellent individual effort there by Brian Holt. He's looking the part. Clark fires over the middle to nobody in particular. Lucky to get that one back. We find man coverage, and we got Wilson 30, 25, 20, and all the way down to the 16-yard line. Good looking play there. We're going to hand this ball off to Ja'Carry Brown. Not able to pick up much there. He's got 6 carries for 99 yards. Trying to get him over 100 here. Clark, option, pitches it off to Jakari Brown, who is able to get over the century mark. Picks up about 5. It's going to be 3rd and 5. We find man coverage, and they blow that one up. Impact linebacker had seen enough of that. He's all over it. We decide to kick a field goal. We squeak that bad boy in. The kick is up and good. It is 23-3 here with about a minute to go here in the second quarter. TCU has a chance here to try and make this a 2-score game. We'll see what they can do. First pass is incomplete. 2nd and 10 under center. They're going to hand this ball off to Golden, and Golden not able to pick up much there. Picks up about 3, and the clock is running. They're going to go ahead and call a timeout. 3rd and 7. Thomas fires to the left, and that one is knocked away. Beautiful play by Lacey. Knocked it up in the air. Just about got an interception. They punt the football away to Freddie Wilson, our punt returner. He's across midfield. They miss a tackle. And ladies and gentlemen, he's gone. That is our new kick returner, Freddie Wilson, and that is a punt return for a touchdown. 70 yards, touchdown SMU. Not a lot of pomp and circumstance there. No celebration, no replay, no nothing. 30-3 SMU at half. We get a punt return touchdown in the final minute, and we go ahead and go into halftime with a nice lead. You can see the total yardage. Like, we have an amount of total yards, but doesn't look like an amount that you'd think, oh, they're up by 4 scores. Like, no, it's 30-3. But we're getting the ball here. We're going to see if we can put some more numbers on the board here. We're going to go right back to Trey Caraway, and he's going to get across midfield. He's a little bit banged up here. Don't worry about it. I think he misses the rest of the game, so that's going to be the rest of this week. But he'll be back next week. He'll be back for ECU, so nothing serious there. What that does mean is that Drayton Anderson is going to get the ball more here until we can find a way to ice this game away. But also, our wide receiver depth is going to get challenged here. So how we kind of came into this season is that we're going 4 wide receivers and 2 tight ends. So basically 6 receivers total, with the understanding that our number 1 tight end is like 97 overall, Bozeman. And he's athletic enough that if something did happen to a main wide receiver, we could go to him. He's going to get some looks. You're going to see Bozeman, this tight end, running these routes here. And it's a little bit sketch here early. We have a turnover on downs there after Caraway gets hurt, and we give the ball right back to TCU. So we'll see how that works out. We'll see if Bozeman can come up with some plays there. Otherwise, maybe we have to entertain pulling the red shirt off of one of our 4 wide receivers. Maybe we should do that anyway. I don't know. We'll see. I think if there was like a serious injury where it was like multiple weeks, we definitely have to consider it. But we'll see where we go as of right now. For now, we're okay. But we'll see what the future holds. TCU going to work after that turnover on downs, and they are across the 30-yard line. That was a 3rd and short, but it is holding on TCU. So instead of a first down, it is going to back them up. And not only that, but it's going to kick them out of field goal range. So shotgun, 3rd and 12. Thomas surveys. He's looking. He's going to fire deep into the end zone, and that pass is incomplete. Triple coverage there. Dangerous throw. They do pump the football back to us, and we're going to go to work at our own 5. Clark, he's going to throw to the left, and that one's incomplete. That's the type of ball you think that maybe Trey Caraway can come up with. We just go right back to the ground. Jakari Brown, nice chunk of yardage there. Great job by the O-line opening up a hole there. Picks up 13. 1st and 10 at our own 18. Shotgun. Clark rolls right. He's going to go to Bozeman. The tight end comes down with the ball, tries to spin him, man. Maybe don't do that. You're a big dude. Maybe don't be spinning, guys. You're like 6'7", 250. But beautiful catch by Bozeman there. That's his first catch of the season. And that's going to pick up a first down to the 47. Shotgun Clark, right hash. He's going to fire over the middle. And that one's incomplete. Great job by the DB there to knock that pass away. 2nd and 5 after an offsides. Clark throws to the right. Once again to Drayton Anderson, but he overthrows that pass again. He's had trouble hitting that pass. It used to be an automatic for us back in previous dynasties, so we'll see. And that one is just straight up dropped by Bozeman. 4th and 5. We're going to go back to it, and I think we just say nuts to it. I don't trust any of you. I'm just going to go ahead and pick up the first down myself. Eric Clark runs to the left, has space, and picks it up. He's going to go find man coverage. Freddie Wilson, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Freddie Wilson. Beautiful juke. He got in space as he does, and he uses that speed and that athleticism And boy, TCU just didn't have a match. Beautiful juke there, and it was all she wrote. Touchdown, SMU Mustangs. We get back on track here. Nice touchdown here halfway through the third quarter. And just like that, it's 37-3. So we're in control of this game. It's just a matter of how it looks throughout the rest. We're up by 34. Let's see if the defense can keep the pressure on. Thomas, he's going to throw deep downfield into double coverage. And that one is knocked away. That one's going to fall incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. We're going to double tight right, play action. Thomas surveys, rolls right, fires deep again. Double coverage, and this time, oh, Cody couldn't come down with it. You got to make that play for your quarterback. 3rd and 10, shotgun. Thomas looks. This time he tries to throw short, and Mills just completely destroys him. It looks like he exploded. Just an absolute destruction there. It's going to be a loss of 7. 4th and 17. You see the cheerleaders are happy. We're all happy. Nice play there by Mills. We're going to see the replay here. You're going to watch this dude just like, boom. Look at the legs go up in the air. Like, wee. That didn't look fun. 1st and 10 at the TCU 39. We start with great field position. Clark rolls right, has the speed to get away. He's going to tuck it 35 and dives down at the 30. You can't fumble if you're on the ground in college football. 2nd and inches, we go option left, 25-20, pitch it off, and we're all the way across the 20. Jakari Brown with another nice chunk of yardage there. 1st and 10 at the 18. We're going to go right back to the option. Pitch it late, probably too late. You can't pitch it that late on the short side. We do find man coverage. We get Freddie Wilson. He's got the speed, 10-5. Touchdown SMU. Freddie Wilson looking the part. He's got great speed and great hands. He's going to be an absolute dynamo out of the backfield for quite some time. That is why we decided to play him over Derek White. So he's showing that he can do that role, and if he can do that role, he's going to have a job here for quite some time. Maybe set some records too along the way. You never know. 2nd and 10, TCU. Shotgun, fires left. That one's caught by Sims. Good looking catch. Pickup of about 9. It's going to bring up 3rd and short here, 3rd and 2. They're going to go to shotgun, handoff to Golden, who breaks 2 tackles, and he's upfield all the way down to the 45-yard line. Good looking run by Golden, and we go into the 4th quarter with SMU leading 44-3. So we're in complete control. This is kind of game we were looking for here. I know the first 2 games, there were a few warts. This game, so far so good. Obviously the injury to Trey Caraway notwithstanding. But yeah, you'd like to see us go ahead and finish this game strong, and let's see if we can do that. In the meantime, TCU's thinking, hey, we can go get something out of here. We can go get some positivity heading into conference play. Let's see what we can do. They get a nice completion to Muse, and that gets us on our side of the field, and they are on the fringe of the red zone. In fact, we can get all of it here. 10, fullback, all the way down to the 6-yard line. So great run by TCU. They got 1st and goal, play action, fire left, and that one is knocked away. Hawkins laid a decent hit. Golden, direct snap, not able to get much there. 3rd and goal at the 3. They go heavy set. Golden to the right. Can he break the tackle and get in? He broke it, but he couldn't get in. So it's 4th and goal at the 2. They go pitch left. Golden hit. Fumbles. Uh-oh. Bryson Brown scoops it up. He is running 40, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Can they catch him? They can't. 97-yard fumble return for a touchdown. Just when TCU thought they were going to get some positivity, it is a scoop and score by Bryson Brown, 97 yards. He's out of gas, folks. That's a touchdown. We get another touchdown late, 58-3. The defense came to play, only gives up 3 points, scored more than they gave up. Really impressive performance by the defense. Again, Trey Caraway got banged up a little bit. He'll be back next week. Overall, really good performance. It's exactly what we were looking for. We got one more game as kind of a tune-up with ECU before we head into conference play. Can we continue this level of play as we start to get reacclimated here? Total yards, we had 461. They had 209, so that's a much better number than what we've been looking at. We only threw for 264. That's one of the lowest totals you'll ever see us throw for, just because we were doing it other ways. We had a punt return for a touchdown. We had, again, the scoop and score late. We were running the ball effectively. So you won't usually see us that low on the total poll, but you still see the numbers are really good. 13 completions for 258 and 4 touchdowns. So Clark was incredibly efficient. Brown was averaging 13 yards a carry. Obviously started the game big and ended big. Anderson, 93 yards. We didn't have a single receiver go over 100 yards. Again, not something you see us do particularly often. So interesting game in that regard, but a very dominant performance. You know we have that in our tool set, so we'll see how we do moving forward. Again, ECU is a team that we don't start particularly strong with. So we'll see how that game goes. We'll find out. In the meantime, we're 3-0. We're number 1 in the country. We're fairly healthy, except for Nigel Barnes, who we did lose today, so it's a bit of a bummer. But we do have the enforcements to deal with that, and he's not gone for the season. He can come back later when it matters. So, yeah, fun game. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. We'll see you for ECU. Take care.